Hello, everybody. Jess Lohse, another weekly update. SBCA, Structural Building Components Association. And it is the week of Thanksgiving. It is, what is it, November 27th? So today's Wednesday, typically come to you on Thursday, but our offices are going to be closed all around the country Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday for Thanksgiving. We appreciate that. But if you have any pressing inquiries, please wait till Monday. If you know how to get a hold of me and you got something going on, feel free to do that over the weekend. But hopefully, we get a little bit of time off as a staff. And speaking of staff, we've got some birthdays. It really lined up this week. So today is Allie's birthday. She handles all things events. So happy birthday, Allie. Similarly, Corey, he's in our safety coordinator position. He's recently just started. His birthday is also today. I don't know if they were born on the same day, same year, but coincidental that they have the same exact birthday. And then coming up on Saturday, Ashley, with our education department, director there, she is going to have a birthday as well. And I guess today she gives her the excuse to celebrate for 4 days and probably even beyond that into the weekend. But happy birthday to all of them. And thank you for all of those folks. A lot going on with us right now. This one is probably going to be a little longer. I'm going to take my time on a few different things and talk. So if you want to jump out right now, no hard feelings, but just giving you kind of that forewarning. But, talking with a few people over the week and different things, obviously Thanksgiving has become a lot of different things to different people. Hopefully it's time for you to spend some time with the family, reflect on what you're thankful for. And I'm going to do that a little bit towards the end here. But beyond that, we've got Black Friday, we've got Small Business Saturday, we've got something Sunday, and then Cyber Monday. But then kind of to my point, I believe it's the Giving Tuesday. And that is one that I want you to think about the SBCA Foundation when you're doing that. If you're so inclined to give $5, $10, $50, whatever it is, feel free to do that with the SBCA.Foundation. We can do it there. And I've got a dog that wants to contribute right now, but we'll wait on him. But the Small Business Saturday, hopefully you're able to support that. Also the other part with the foundation, again, we're looking forward to that on Tuesday. And really that came out of a conversation I had with a couple folks from HBI, the Home Builders Institute, Ed and Daryl, talking with them on how do we, as SBCA, participate both with the foundation and then the association. And I'm playing a great game of fetches if you can't tell right now. But that's one of the things that had the conversation with them, enjoyed it. It's one that I think SBCA can come alongside HBI in a lot of different ways, workforce development, but then also to just help out people that are in need of an opportunity to get into the workforce. And I think that's one of the things that's going to be coming up on our radar with SBCA's workforce development. Right now, market isn't as hot as it was a couple of years ago. People seem to be somewhat plentiful. I had one manufacturer tell me it's never easy, and it probably never will be any easier than it is today. But it is one of those things with changing political landscape, whether you love it, hate it, or are indifferent, know that there's probably going to be some changes there in the next couple of years. So anticipating that as an association, how can we be in a place to where we can help our manufacturers, our members be able to navigate that? So that's one of the things that really, thinking about that as far as how is it going to impact SBCA? How's it going to impact the component manufacturing industry if there are not as many people and depending on the changing. But again, that's one of the things that we kind of look forward to as far as, what's out there, not necessarily that we're anticipating it being a good thing, but be on the lookout there. Similarly, tariffs, we talked about it with the lumber people yesterday after the recording of the lumber podcast. And, how is that going to impact it? Now, are they really going to happen? It's a long time until, they would be enacted, but it is one of those that, it's a negotiation. So hopefully it doesn't come to that, but how does that impact our industry? And it's one of those to where there's a changing political landscape. How do our members take advantage of that? Because there's opportunity and change, whether it's good, bad, up, down, left, right, whatever it is. Just know that and be thinking about that as you have some free time and, put your thinking cap on with it. More than happy to have those conversations. I've had, several of them this week. And that's one of the fun things that I get in this position is I talk to a lot of really smart people, a lot of cool people, and the conversations, sometimes people want to talk and I'm just there to listen. Other times they're curious about what I think on things, and I'm happy to have those conversations. That's one of the funnest parts about this job is the dialogues that I have with our members and our non-members and just people that are interested in the industry. So, if that's ever a need or want from from wherever you're sitting, please feel free to reach out. We can certainly do that. Beyond that, things that I'm trying to learn about, that's one that I've been wanting to get to and thinking about. But I'm really curious about humanoid robotics, not, robotic equipment that replaces certain things, but what do the humanoid robots, how could they potentially impact the component industry? Really curious about that. And I've been looking for different sources, haven't found one that I'm really satisfied with. So if that's something you're up on, I'd love for you to reach out. Beyond that, AI, it's kind of the hot button issue and people talking about that. There's a lot of applications, potential applications in the component industry. Hopefully people are taking advantage of that. That's one for our perspective as an SBCA and an association. I'm not sure what we can do other than just try to get people together to talk those things through. And then the other thing, and this kind of reverts back to what it is that we do every day, but a systems approach to building houses and components as that system, whether it's the floor, the wall, or the roof, are a tremendous opportunity to be able to provide that to builders. Now, again, you have to tie a labor component in there. Maybe it's a turnkey, maybe it's something that's a little bit more automated in the manufacturing facility to make it easier on the job site. That's what we're about. That's what we're trying to do. But the nice thing about that is for the builder, it's kind of a pick your own adventure and how you go about it. They're probably already using roof trusses, floor trusses, wall panels, maybe individually, but they're not thinking of it as a system. And that's one that I really think our members, our association, our industry can really drive home as a differentiator. And you look at what has happened in the construction industry, specifically in the framing, there's all kinds of new products. You look back 20, 30 years ago, a lot of the things that are used today were not around back then. So it's been very much a product development effort to try to drive whatever it is that they're trying to drive, whether it's safety, efficiency, affordability, energy efficiency, those sort of things. But that's where components, when you go from a product to a process that you're trying to sell and trying to recreate and trying to create advantages for, that's where I think component manufacturers have a great opportunity to be impactful in that way. That if you start talking about the process, that you start talking about how do you get from a slab or just a foundation to fully under roof structure very efficiently. And that's material, time, and the life of the building as well with the energy efficiency. I think component manufacturers have a great solution along that lines to where the builder can kind of pick their own adventure with every project. They're not going to do the same thing every time, but it is one of those that they should be educated on what tools, what's available in their markets. And that's where the component manufacturer and SBCA can come alongside them to really help that out. So getting here almost to 8 minutes. Thanks for sticking with me if you're still doing that. But things that I'm thankful for, really want to talk this up. The opportunity with SBCA is tremendous. Our staff has got such a great group of people to work with day in and day out. I get comments from our staff like, I can't believe how helpful these folks are. I can't, and that's really a testament to what we've done here as a group that includes everybody that touches SBCA, but the culture really of giving, of helping one another and to try to see the industry improve. That's, again, kind of the basis for a lot of the conversations I have. And that really comes down to our members. Everybody that's writing that check each and every year to maintain membership, they're purchasing different things, they're exhibiting their, job site packages, they're buying the programs, they're participating. That I really appreciate. And if you're not doing any of those things, or you're doing some of them, you want to get to learn more, our staff is here to help. But specifically our board, our committee members, those volunteers that really are taking time out of their busy days, busy schedules, whether it's to jump on a Zoom call or to travel in person. Like we've got our board meeting next week for just our board members. That takes a lot, especially getting into December when travel isn't the easiest. So really appreciate them and thankful for those folks. Similarly, our staff, we've got 16 people besides myself now spread out all over the country doing a really great job. And they have to be very self-motivated to participate in this model where everybody's distributed. They're doing an awesome job with it. And, a lot of self-starters, really doing some good stuff. And every day they're human, just like everybody else. Not every day's, roses and sunshine. There's rough days to where they power through it and they have to do that. And, I know a lot of people that don't operate well in that environment. So thank you to each of them. Looking forward to meeting up with them in a couple of weeks in person. We're going to have our all staff meeting. So hopefully we've got some stories that come out of that. So really thankful for our staff, everything that they do. And probably as we get into next year, need to revisit all of them kind of in this format to, educate our membership and our industry of who is working on their behalf. So that might be something that comes out of that. Beyond that, our vendors, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that make SBCA go. And I'm not talking about the supply side that are members as well, but really like Viper, Flat Fee, Ticey, that print all the documents. Novi, the people that run our association management software, have been really good to work with. BMO, our banking relationships, both on the wealth management side of things that we've gotten to know really well, but also just, having a really good bank. We've seen some banks fail here, months and years ago. Never had those worries with BMO because of how well they're managed. Beyond that, on the supply side, Alpine, Eagle, Mitech, Simpson, I'm talking with those people weekly. People from each of those companies, TPI's in there as well, but also the Hundiggers, Steve Schrader. I've got a need for trying to do a tour or something for our staff. Call him up. He gets it done. I really appreciate that. Ben with Ford is always a good supporter of SBCA. Appreciate everything he does and continues to do and has done. Woodtech, the Haltemans, they put out a really great video last week. Take some time and go look at that. It's going to be much more informational than what this one is, but it's really cool what they did with that. But we also have SPIDA, ID, all the BCMC exhibitors, people that are in the magazine. Go out and see them, and hopefully that impacts your decision to do business with them, because we really appreciate it. They allow us to make the association go. And finally, well, not finally, but I'm getting through here. NFC, we've got the steering committee planning meeting coming up on Tuesday. I'm looking forward to seeing all those individuals. Chris Tachi, Chris Breedlove, Pedro, those guys have been killing it for a lot of years now. We've got some others that are kind of coming into the fold. So really looking forward to meeting up with them next week and talking about what the next year looks like for NFC. And finally, before I get out of here, my family allows me to do this. They could say, hey, Jess, you're not traveling no more. We need you at home. But they really, make it happen. And that's my beautiful wife. She's amazing. My, 8-year-old son, who is just growing into such a great kid. I'm not here every single day, but, we still communicate. We're able to do that. My extended family, I'm lucky to have my grandpa live like literally right there. My dad and stepmom there. My mom, stepdad are still in the same town, sister. So, all those folks, it really helps, for me. That's, personally allow me to do what I do. And hopefully that's a great job for SBCA and all of our staff, all of our members. We're really building something great here. So that kind of wraps it up. It's a long time. Sorry to take all your time, but maybe you got a little extra time over the weekend that you did make it to the end. Let me know what I did well, what we didn't do well, and we'll make it better next time. But till next week, happy Thanksgiving. Have a great time with your friends, your family, and hopefully you get out and do some of those small business Giving Tuesday, whatever it is. But most of all, just thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of SBCA, and we will talk to you all next week. Till then, peaks up and press on. Goodbye.